Most training doesn't work. You think it's going to, you get really excited about going on it, you attend and you make lots of commitments about what you're going to change and what's going to be different going forward. However, a few months down the line, if you actually look back, number one, how much have you remembered? And number two, what changes have you made as a result of it? So we've been grappling with this question for years, 20 odd years now, is what is it that makes training stick? And we've come to the conclusion that is really 7 elements that when combined make a radical difference to how successful training is. The first is the commitment levels. Only truly committed people actually attend IB House programs. People that want to take ownership for their life, people that are excited about what this extraordinary learning can bring to them. The second is that all training needs to be inside out. Trying to learn a new skill or a new expertise without really understanding who you are and what matters to you doesn't work. So we have to start with who you really are. You have to understand self-mastery, then you have to have a deep self-knowledge, and once you have that foundation, you can build the essential expertise that sits on top of that, and then you can create real change. The third thing is that training needs to be relevant to where you are in your life. It needs to matter. You need to be able to go out and use that training tomorrow and it make a difference in your life. So if you're starting out, how are you going to stand out? How are you going to pitch yourself for a job or a promotion? How are you going to create a really brilliant relationship with your boss? How are you going to start a new business? All of these questions must be answered. The fourth thing we know is that people learn by doing. We call it active learning. Let's say, for example, you want to learn to skydive and I bring you into a room and I give you a brilliant book on skydiving. I also give you a brilliant video on skydiving and then I give you a parachute. It's not going to end very well. The other alternative is that you work with an expert skydiver and he teaches you exactly what you need to know to be able to skydive. All IB House programs are built on the basis of doing and practicing those skills until you can really take them into yourself. The next thing is you have to ask yourself, what's the quality of your teachers? Do they really know their stuff? Are they experts in what they're teaching you? We only use top performance coaches and senior business mentors who really know their stuff. The next thing is who you do it with. You wouldn't believe the difference it makes sitting in a room with people who are like-minded, equally driven and determined and want to create extraordinary lives. And finally, and this is the thing that most training developers forget, is embedding. It's all well and good to decide you want to change something and you can feel really damn committed. How many times have you joined a gym and never gone, right? But the fact is if we want to change something serious about ourselves, we have to embed the learning. And this means actually working on the neural pathways. It actually means practicing and repeating what you're doing so that you embed that new behavior. If you're going to invest in training, you've really got to make sure it works, not just from a financial perspective, but from a time perspective. You need it to have the impact you want it to have. What we know from all of our experiences is that building programs around these 7 elements works.